And I made it this little cool song this morning that goes like this. Yeah, so, I don't know. I'd like to do a little guitar jam before we skate. Just get the vibe going. Get the lines going. I always feel that like lines on a guitar, almost lines like you skate. Here's the other thing too, and I always say this, that like, people don't look at skateboarders as artists. But every fucking skateboarder who's rad is making some art when they're doing their trip. That's what I think, you know what I mean? Yeah, so sorry guys, I gotta get my stretch on for a minute first before I do anything. I wanted a skateboard because number one, it made me feel good, you know? Number two, if I was having a bad day or whatever, or tired, I could go to my skateboard and go put a smile on my face. And so there's that whole mental aspect of that, you know what I mean? When I first got in Indy, was it the Winchester? No, it wasn't Winchester, it was the Newark contest. I actually saw Olsen with a pair and saw him riding them. And wow. And I'd seen Blackheart at Pipeline raving about him. And then from there, at the contest, those guys came up to me and said, hey, Olsen, those guys are saying, you want to try these trucks? And I go, hell yeah, I do, you know what I mean? But the fucking thing is, this is why I remember these trucks so much to this day. I'll never forget this, man. So at that point, I was really trying to do figure eight carves, right? But I couldn't quite finish the turn to go frontside figure eight. And the minute I put my Indies on, the fucking minute I fucking put them on, I could turn, and then I looked back up, and I went frontside, and I just, oh, dude, this just worked. So I was completely sold right there, because they turn better, and I can complete my figure eight carve, backside to frontside, you know what I mean, that whole trip. Oh, wow, fucking A. That's amazing. Dude, fuck yeah. That even looks like me crawling through the channel right there.
That 99.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I know you guys go. Go back.
That's fucking so sick.
brought us to the street park for his day in the life.
Yes, sir. Front thrust, tail grab.
Before we get to the park,
So am I.
we're gonna make a little jump over the little thing for the sometimes we spend 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 2 hours. But that's just so fun to come do it again. It's just been so long, you know what I mean?
Hey, Salba. Oh, I'm 15-minute roll.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
We'll try to hit us once a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Looks like they already opened the fence for us.
Oh, all right.
Yep, you get born with one little hair, one little tooth, and you get old and you get one little hair, one little tooth.
Oh, I'm lunch breaking.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Hey, bro.
Nice seeing you guys too.
Later, man. Hold on, man.
Yeah, he was.
I liked Omar
know
when he
what?
was little because he did Brad fucking always to lip slide on the hip where me and Mickey did. I go, dude, that's fucking sick. I was super stoked. And then he did a lean to tail one day, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking cool. You can hang with us any day.
But yeah, dude, it's been like, years of being, not only friend, fan, whatever. It's been like, watching these dudes. We were just talking earlier about guys like Tony Alba. You get to an age, Salba's one of those people you strive to be at that age and still on your board ripping. So, I mean, he's definitely an inspiration to all of our generation growing up.
I like Omar, man. He's been my good buddy forever.
All right, let's
He's been my
now
fucking
pucker
friend.
up.
Yeah, pucker up. Ah! Gnarly. But anyhow, as kids, we just knew we didn't go down this alley. It was like, it was no man's land. Like, get your ass kicked or whatever. We saw these 4 kids, which were the older brother, Gary being one of them, and these other kids. Lee Geheimer, who became one of my mentors later, jump over this fence like 4 or 5 houses down from the main street we were on. Then we couldn't see him, but we could hear him. And we could hear the skateboard sound of that swooshy sound when you skate a pool. You could hear the boards falling, tumbling down the wall. But we still didn't put 2 and 2 together yet. We didn't know they were skateboarding in the pool. We just, what are they doing? And then they split. When they left, we went in and to check it all out. And everyone going like, dude, those guys are skating in that pool. Like, wow, like, how do you even do that? You know what I mean? First off, one guy started at the top in the shallow end and tried to ride the deep end. And by the time he hit the deep end and hit the wall, he just went flying and did like a flip, almost killed himself, and we were all laughing, ha ha ha. But then, like, you know, we're thinking, God, that was kind of gnarly. Maybe we shouldn't start at the shallow end. So we kind of just started kind of down there by the drain and just kind of tic-tacking around the drain at first. I mean, the first time when I first started skating, I was 10. So I probably skated that pool within the first 9 months of me skateboarding. So I probably rode that pool like late 74, 75, probably 75 to be honest with you. And at that point, I figured like, dude, I like this pool riding thing so much, I want to be like a bull rider, pool rider. And then plus you saw stuff in Skateboarder magazine that kind of like, they were doing it too, and then it gave me like, you know, if these guys are doing it, I can do it kind of thing, you know what I mean? I went their home because their mail's out and their newspaper. Well, if anything, we gotta wait for those guys to get here anyway before we make a decision what to do, so I guess we just have to wait. Because I tried to call her earlier too, but she didn't answer when I tried to call her either. Damn, I really wanted to skate this pool too. This pool's really good. Damn, I wish she'd answer the door. I gotta say, usually too, we come in the morning. You don't usually come this late. I wonder, like, in stores, shopping or something, maybe too. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing about skating pools and skating street. There's always an adventure. There's always a story about it. When you're in this shit and in the street, it's just a little more real. You know what I mean? And when it's a little more real, when you actually make that shit, it just means a lot much more to you. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of the older kind of guys see the parallel of that. I mean, the street skating guys are having to trespass like we are. They're having to constantly fix things, you know, patch things and do stuff like that. And sometimes they're trying to take water out and they're always getting hassled by the cops or hassled by the neighbors or hassled by somebody. So it's the same shit, man. Someone like Milton Martinez is a mind-blowing guy. I don't really know the guy, I never met him yet, but I like what he does. He's amazing, man. And so there's certain guys that you see, you know, just like, well, dude, I want to see that. I want to meet that guy, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, man, I don't think they're home. So I don't know if we can skate here. I don't know where else we can go because I only drained a couple things. We'd have to go back to Rialto at this point.
How about that square pool? Right, water?
It probably has water. I mean, you guys got a generator?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got the fucking pumps.
Yeah.
Bam! Oh, that's a lot of water though, dude. But with the generator and the pump, we could probably bust at it.
City pool or something?
Here it goes, here it goes. I mean, this pool's not the best pool to skate, but it's fun. Fucking reeks.
Drain cover.
Oh yeah. Cord go in the white bucket.
Trying to dry this.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Literally skated is cool. I'm taking it probably, really honestly, it's probably like 7, 8 years, about 10 years. You know, they don't get hurt. So that's the cool thing. I usually just start here because it's gnarly and go to the other ones.
Oh, sorry.
Top 5 guitar players?
Yeah, who's your top 5 guitar players?
Well, Poison Ivy. She's number 1 by far. She's by far the favorite guitarist I've ever seen. I've seen the Cramps so many times, and just the fact that she was a girl playing in those days was fucking spectacular in my book, because that was a male-dominated punk rock world, and here's this chick styling, out rocking them all in my book, and she was a good guitar player too, so he's no slouch. After that, I have to say Setzer, because he's a monster. Not even the straight cast, but just all the shit he can do. People don't even know. That's 3. Him, Billy Zoom. The other guy I'm gonna say is, I really like Johnny Thunders a lot. And my other dude's probably the guy from Dead Kennedys, man. I just love that kind of stuff and just the echo. That's actually what this one right here. So that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like half surf, half punk. Now the funny thing is, I got a guitar for my 18th birthday. That's when I started to play guitar. And to be honest with you, playing guitar at 18 is really late. That's like a late bloomer, big time. And when I started really learning how to play guitar, the first dudes who started showing me stuff were showing me surf, just for the melodies and pipeline and the kind of chords for that. I mean, it's even like, you know, you can right away with pipeline, oh, you're having a little success, man. Like, ooh, this sounds cool. You know what I mean? Wow. You know, so that kind of stuff. And then shortly thereafter that, you kind of get in all the punk. And then from the punk, you just get in all your different little fucking trips, whether it's the English guys, and whether it's the New York guys, or whether it's the Detroit guys, or whether it's the LA guys, you know what I mean? Where's that come from? I never heard that. That's fucking awesome. Like, then you find out that's another American dude who went to England in '58 because he couldn't make it here, and he became a star in England, Vince Taylor. And he was fucking huge, you know, over in England. The first band I was in was like a kind of psychobilly, rockabilly kind of trip. And then the Flamethrowers were like kind of just played all that kind of crazy, like this shit. In my opinion, the Flamethrowers were fucking rad though. It was like, almost like a half cross between punk and almost like Motorhead kind of shit. Our drummer used to take speed all the time. So he was just like, blah, 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 blah. Just fucking total fucking crazy Motorhead shit. You know what I mean? That was his dude, fucking filthy fucking Ned and all the fucking dudes. And you know what I mean? So he was super into that shit. So he was super fucking good, man. From there, we made another band, 10,000 Heartaches, and then fucking the Dirty Bastards, fucking all kinds of shit. And then we ended up making Powerflex with Corey Miller. And so we've been doing that for, geez, almost probably 20 years at this point. I got a song. We do a song, Skate and Destroy, because I wanted to top cab Skate and Destroy. There's, in my opinion, there's all these Skate and Destroys, but I think our fucking version is sick. We have another song called, it's about breaking your wrist. Oh, dude, fuck, how's it go again? It says, anyhow, yeah, it's a fucking rad song. So that's on there. There's like more punk this time than surf. Like on purpose. I go, come on, dude, we gotta get fucking rad again, you know? Fuck, whatever, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, anything will work. You know what I mean?
Let's make whatever. So, Okay, how about, what was that one I was doing the other day? I just made this up like 4 nights ago. I go, that sounds kind of cool. So it's, well, Ray Barbie was no fucking slouch. Chuck Treese is another guy that's a fucking monster. He's like one of my favorite dudes I've ever jammed with. Ron Emery, he's another guy. David Gonzalez. Dude, there's a lot of dudes who fucking skate that play. So there's all kinds, even Monk was fucking rad. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is a lot of people think because they did that song about Salba sauce that they were fucking trying to diss me. On one hand, he might have been, but the thing is, when they fucking made that song up the night they were fucking drunk as a skunk, they called me at like midnight. Dude, listen to this song he was fucking made, Salba sauce. And him and the fucking dudes were fucking singing over the phone and playing on acoustics. Oh, dude, that is so fucking bitchin'. Those guys are fucking cool, man. I like that. They just put everything in their truck and just set up shop and bam! It's like fucking Road Warrior shit, dude. You know what I mean? I'm thinking right now, in my book, my favorite pull dude is Tristan. Or Jay Worth It. I think they're both fucking sick in their own right, and they both are fucking crazy. But then you got fucking Jesse fucking Beanwater, man. That motherfucker's whap! That guy's fucking amazing. And then you got Chris Cope, switch fucking stair set. And then there ain't fucking no denying about Peter fucking Hewitt. Top 5 pulls ever. Ever.
You know there's something.
Colossus. Jeez. Dolphin pull. And I didn't skate there that good, but I'm gonna put fucking that San Diego fucking pool at the fucking hotel. What was that one called?
Cortez.
El Cortez. That thing was fucking sick. Dude, Norwalk.
Yep.
Norwalk is definitely in there. And then, God, that leaves a hard last one here, man, because there's a lot of fucking crazy ones. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say second Van Ness Roman. That thing was fucking ludicrous, because not only did it have the Roman and deep end, it had shallow stairs. And not only did it have shallow stairs, the pocket Roman in the shallow allowed you to do shallow stairs, but allowed you to do a grind here or a grind here next to it. And it was so good. Some of the dudes were doing fakey rocks and shit off that and popping off the Roman to the sidewall. I mean, fuck, you skate that thing. That thing was fucking insane. Top 5 pipes. You've been to a lot of them with me, man. So I'm gonna say, in my opinion, all the shit I've ever skated, Amarillo's by far the raddest one. But it's maybe not as technically smooth as Sugarloaf. Or even, well, I'm not even gonna go with that one. Baldy's definitely in there. Baldy's not the best, but it's the first. It's still there. It's where I grew up, and it has to be in that top 5. Okay, now we're not even forgetting about CAP and Amarillo and Amaron. So those are by far the best pipes. So yeah, I'd have to reverse that order. It's gonna go Amaron, CAP first, all the Arizona shit. So I'm thinking those are number 1, number 2 for sure. And then Amarillo 3, and then Silverjack, and then Baldy. But there's a couple others that are probably just as rad in their own right. And there's one that's super, super sick, but I'm not gonna give that to you right now. I'm gonna go skate that one again first.
Give me anything.
I'm just trying to think what kind of heavy one I like. Nah, ain't gonna work. Yeah, Powerflex 3. Okay, I could do one of those, so I can go see that goes up. Yeah. Right here.
Drive is good.
All right, so put the guitar away now or what?
Yeah.
These are a lot of my stencils right here. So these are the kind of things that make something like this. I was super fucking hyped because I actually got to do some artwork for Santa Cruz that they put on a board. I was kind of gassed on this one because this kind of almost reminded me of almost, not exactly a Screaming Hand, but this is like from an old pool sign. I always wondered if Phillips kind of got the Screaming Hand from a fucking pool sign because that kind of pool stuff is kind of cool, the aesthetic of it. Now some of these things I call my pool aesthetics, and like these are more like diving kind of things as opposed to like pool things more like this, you know what I mean? Which is almost like a Blue Haven logo, but it's not exactly a Blue Haven logo. I kind of redid it. And then like this, say stuff like this, the stencils, I always cut all these by hand. But it's just, I take different ideas from, I'll say like for this, you know, that was like an old pool thing from England. I just cut a couple pieces out of it. Most graphic artists kind of like use different things and take them out of context and put them in a new context, so to speak. So that's what kind of a lot of this shit is, you know, like this is actually from a pool sign. And then the cool thing about when you start doing this shit, you start learning how to layer it. You know, usually I do these in two colors, like white and blue. Here's the white of the other chick, right? When you start like hand cutting out, I mean, that's a lot of work that fucking goes into these things, you know what I mean? There's this whole box that's filled with hours and hours and hours of me cutting this shit. You know what I mean? Let's see what else I got in here. Like every Halloween, I do stuff like Frankenstein stuff and Dracula and Lily Munster and all kind of Halloween. So that's kind of like a Halloween one. That's what I try to do, to be honest with you, is kind of invite you to Salba world, kind of so to speak. You know what I mean? I was in Ohio with Roscoe back in like 89, and this kid was wearing a shirt and we were signing autographs in the line. I'm like, dude, that's me. That's from Nude Bowl. Where'd you get that shirt at? And he didn't remember. And his dad, I'm like, dude, Dad, like that's me. You gotta give me that shirt somehow. And the little kid wasn't having it. I'm like, dude, I'll give you my board. That's that. I go, dude, I'll give you my board and $100. So that's what I did. I just found this shirt just 2 days ago, but I mean, I've had it since '89. It's kind of rad. So that's the thing. In here, I got so much crazy random shit. On one hand, it is kind of museum-ish on one hand. Everything's got like a story behind it. Anyhow, shadow boxes. This was one of my first ones I actually built, like, as far as like the bigger shadow boxes. And this chick, this image, I've kind of used her a lot through the years, like from a pool sign. Now, generally make the shadow boxes, I tried to put found items from the pool I skated, from where I got the shadow box. This was more like personalized for me because I always wear my wrist brace and my glove. There's an old Indy, some of my Spitfires, you know, some Badlands stickers, like an old beer can from the pool, like some cigarettes we found in the pool, you know what I mean, that kind of trip. This is like a bigger one I made for an art show. It's got my old camera from shooting photos of pools. It's got pool dust. And here's the drain from the pool. Some like a thing from the house, and the Pele Grosso, like don't go in the house. That's the broken Indy from that same pool I rode. That's the broken light. So like I say, each shadow box has like a lot of personal things from the pool I find. But then it has like a little bit of shit like my board, my wheels, my fucking glove, the kind of shit I'm known for, you know what I mean? Like that's why this one's the same thing. I always try to keep like an even color scheme. It all happened because the sign was originally, it was the fucking for sale sign out front. And we didn't have anything to fucking use the shovel to get the shit out of the pool. So I went out fucking front, knocked the pool sign off, and all of a sudden we got like a shovel to get the shit out, right? And I'm going, fuck, I'm gonna take this thing home and make some rat art out of it. My little kid Riley would always take my old boards I would ride and then ride them in the street. And him and Jesse would always have one of my pool boards for their cruiser boards. And they put softies on it, and that's where they'd ride all over the place. So he actually rode that board after I rode it, which was sick. And then I actually got it back from him and then put the little girl on it from that other thing. There was a church right around the corner from there having a rummage sale. And I stopped the church. I go, dude, those letters, I want those letters. So I've used those for the fucking art project. I found his ass somewhere, for Steve. Well, remember the pool in Garden Grove, Orange Bowl?
Yeah.
That one where Omar, or that one dude went up down the slide, whop! Yeah. That's the fiberglass from that pool. A couple stencils I put in there too. So yeah, I mean, Johnny Thunder's another stencil with like the same letters right here. This is the first Alba board ever right here. that had my name on it. But I couldn't accept it. I didn't want to ride it. I told him, dude, I can't ride that. I'll fucking break it. So I go, dude, make me a wood board. And then they go, okay. And that's when they made that little beam me up thing. The raddest K-beam is this one right here. That one's good too. But this right here, this is the fucking kryptonic board. I used to ride this board in high school. And so when I got hurt and tore my ACL at the Winchester contest, I couldn't skate for a while. When I got a little bit better, all I would do was ride this from my house to my girlfriend Vicky's house. And she's the girl in that little skateboarder shit with the dark hair. Anyhow, I gave this to her and I broke up with her. And then one day I was going to Martin's Pool, which is a block away. And I'm driving by Vicky's house and her mom's outside. And oh shit, her mom's outside. And I stop and I go, hey, Mrs. Gamble. And I get out of my car. I take Jessie out. And I go, hey, I don't know if you remember me. And I used to date your daughter in high school. My name's Steve Alba. Oh yeah, you're the punk rock skateboarder boy. How you doing? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so hey, I don't know how to ask you this, but my boy doesn't believe I have a skateboard with my name on it. And I was really hoping that board I left at your house, that you guys still have it. And she's all, you know what, Steve, you're not gonna believe it. It's still in the same place you left it 20 some years ago. And I'm all, you kidding me? And she's all, you know what? Vicky's on her way over here right now. I can't give it to you, but you can talk to her about it. And then my wheels started spinning in my head. I started scheming. I went home, I put a whole new setup together, a little board for a little dude, because I knew she had a little dude my kid's age. I go back to her house, I see her, and I say, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Blah, 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 give her a hug, blah, blah, blah. How's it going? Haven't seen you. Oh, hey, by the way, my boy right here, Jesse, doesn't believe I have a skateboard with my name on it. Do you still have that skateboard? Oh, yeah, I do. It's in the closet. You want it back? That would be so amazingly wonderful. Would you please give it back? Well, can you get my little boy skateboard? Of course. I'm going back in my car, boom, and have the board, and then she gives it back to me. Dude, this board fucking sat in her closet since I was 18 years old, 17 years old, until what? I had Jesse in 93, so he's probably about, I'm thinking I probably got this back in 97, 98. Yeah, so some of these boards I still kind of like, yeah, I bust them out, make people ride them here and there, you know what I mean? Fuck, look at this shit, dude. Straight up rad tiger shit, custom radness from the old days.
One more
Yeah.
we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, well, that's a sick one too.
Sick.
Still got the original bushings. I'm thinking these are stage, I think these are stage 2 or stage 3s. You can always tell by the square here. A little square, and then down to the pivot cup goes kind of round down here. And these, like where the pivot cup is, they always have these little nipple things that kind of stuck up on the first 2 or 3 of them. You want some jazzy kind of shit? Okay, here you go. So where were we? Oh yeah.
Ah, that sounds pretty cool. Cool. Good enough for the fucking recording? I like this part here.
No, it's not the end.
Oh, dude! Fudge sickle. You alright?
I heard you going, oh, before I even was falling.
That was awesome right there. Ah, box me, baby! Fuck yeah. So fucking sick. Right, dude? That shit was sick, right?
Yeah. Putting 10 o'clock Sunday morning.
You ever gone to a Prodigy concert?
God, I would so fucking bad. I would go crazy at a Prodigy.
You have to.
I don't think anyone has ever seen me as crazy as I would go at a Prodigy concert.
Oh, you bought the old man? Sick.
Death box.
Milkshake made me feel fucking lazy.
Let's face it, when you come to Salba, and it got to be more than 2 days because there's so much stuff to skate. Sometimes you get shut down. You got to get all the boys involved. Today we got Winco and Tristan, Bunk, Dresden, and Bennett, and Lance Mountain, and myself, and Art, and Rhino, and all the boys. Can't be all about me. That was boring. So we get everybody involved, and it makes it even funner and radder, and we all have a great time. Thank you. Indy, all the way. Boom.
Subscribe, sucker. Come on.